Well, hey there, neighbor. It's me, Angie. Come on in here. Let's get around my dining table, get seated, get a cup of coffee, and talk about some things. Let's go get you something to drink. Tea, coffee, lemonade, get you a Coke, Dr. Pepper, whatever your choice of drink is, go get it. Come back and watch the video. Sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. Because we're just going to talk about, everyday things. Nothing too serious that you would have to uh, worry about what's going to happen or not really enjoy it, because we're going to talk about something that maybe all of you have experienced or none of you have experienced. But we're just going to have a little chat. Story time with Angie. How about that? But first I want to say, I am still going live January the 29th. Now, I know I've been talking about it for months, but I am. And we have gotten the place down that we're going to have the live. Now, originally, we were going to have it at my cousin's tree farm because that's where all this started, was we were trying to get my subscribers to name his Christmas tree farm. Well, we have people to put in their entry, and we still have them. So we decided that if he looks over the names and decides, well, no, I don't really want to name it any of the names that your subscribers chosen, we decided that we would do a giveaway of a gift card by drawing someone's name. Everyone that put an entry in is going to have their name in a hat, a basket. We really hadn't decided how it's going to be done, and if we draw your name, our names, because I've got enough subscribers now, how about that I can actually have 2 cards that I could give away. I know, that's exciting. I know you all are happy for me. And the last 2 videos I did, just let me say this, I was doing a shout out for the channels that have really helped me on my YouTube journey, because I couldn't have reached the amount of subscribers that I have now without their help. And not only did they help me, but I have befriended several of these people. They have become my YouTube friends and family. How awesome is that, considering that I'm homebound? I don't get out much. My social life has probably come down to probably 0. Now, I see my family, my cousins, a couple of friends every month or so. But I don't have the social life that I used to have because I don't drive anymore. I'm in a wheelchair. I have to stay away from a crowd because I don't want to get sick. So my social life has really dwindled down to hardly nothing. So my YouTube family have actually become my social life. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. Wow, all these auctions and things. And yes, I do buy. I know, I buy things. I look forward to the auctions. I look forward to the live chats that my channels that I'm subscribed to have, so I can talk within the chat. And now I'm so familiar with a lot of names that's in the chat. It's like I've known these people forever. And when I meet someone new, I'm excited about that. And what different states, different countries. I mean, how amazing is that? The technology that we have now in the world, that we can just click a button and we can talk to someone in a different country. See them. I mean, it's just amazing. So anyway, I am going to go live on the 29th, and we are going to be here at my home. Now, my cousin and his wife will be here, my daughter, and then there's a surprise visitor that I'm not going to tell you about, but you'll be able to see when that day comes. Now, my cousin and his wife, my cousin Bo and his wife are going to be here because it's about his farm, his Christmas tree farm. Now, if you want to see this Christmas tree farm and you haven't actually watched one of my videos, go back and look, because I have several videos about his Christmas tree farm and what it looks like. Go back over there and look at it. And if you want to, comment below about what you think the name of the farm should be, and you can be in the drawing of the gift cards that we're going to give away. Now, we haven't decided if it's going to be one large gift card or 2 gift cards and split the money. We haven't decided. But we're going to get there and we'll let you know the night that we're going to have the live. Because actually, my cousin and I have to get together and discuss all this. I don't want to do anything without discussing it with him because it is his farm and we're doing it for him. Now, I know you all can understand that. But anyway, I just wanted to remind you that I am going live and I want you all to be there and support me and talk with me and talk with my family. Now, the story that I want to tell today is one about my husband. Now, I know you all have seen him on, if you've watched my videos, our cooking videos, you all have met him. You know his name is James. And that he loves to cook. Now, you do know that much about him. He gets real serious about that. Now, from my experience and being around his family all these years, Louisiana people get real serious about their cooking. Now, when I met James, I did not know how to boil water. Can I share that with you? I didn't. Now, I don't know why I never tried to cook or had a desire to cook. Now, my grandmother, she cooked every day of her life and fixed something, but she only used salt and pepper. Now, I didn't really know there was a such thing as any other spice until I met James. Now, he and his family knew every spice imaginable, and they would use it. So, guess what? I started to love food. Now, I weighed 128 pounds when James and I got married. Now, when I started eating this food that he started cooking, of course, all that changed. Well, because he could cook, he would be the main chef, as we'll call it, and I was the sous chef. I would get everything prepared, cut up the vegetables, open the cans of vegetables that we wanted to use, prepare the meat to be cooked. He would tell me what seasonings to put on it, and we just cooked together. We've always cooked together for 35 years. But over time, I learned how to cook the way that he was brought up, and that was a great thing because had I learned a way of cooking that my grandmother cooked, it would have been hard for me to switch over to cook the way that his family did. So by me not having any experience, he was able to show me things that he didn't have to retrain me on, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, enough about that seriousness. But, so we began always cook together. Then we had children. So when children come along, I began to cook more by myself. Now, I'm the type of person that has to read the back of a box. You know, like if you're fixing macaroni and cheese, I know it sounds strange, but I have to follow that instructions on a box. Now, James, he could just season, you know, it doesn't matter. He can just add this, add that, and he'd always tell me, do what you want to do and ever how you want to cook it. If it don't taste good, we'll just throw it out. Don't worry about it. We'll start over. Well, the thought of that was just like, no, I don't want to waste all that food, go through all that cooking and not be able to eat it. But he said, that's the only way you're going to learn. It's just trial and error. But I still measure everything. I measure how much milk goes in something, a tablespoon of this, a half a cup of this. I mean, I do it. I still do it to this day. But I can cook a lot of things now after 35 years. He's taught me a lot. Not only does he like to cook, but he's an avid hunter. He loves to hunt. Mostly he loves to hunt deer. Now, when I first met him, the thought of eating deer, it was not something that I thought that I would ever do. Now, when my family, before I married him, would cook deer, it would always have this kind of wild taste, and it just wasn't good. So when he and I met, and he was this avid deer hunter, and he was bringing home deer meat for us to have, I was saying, now, I'm not going to eat a lot of that. I'll cook it for you, or you can cook it, and I'll cook the vegetables and things around it that we want to have, but I'm not going to eat it. And he's like, well, if I cook it, prepare it, will you try it? And if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it anymore, but I just want to cook it the way I know how to cook. I said, okay. He said, I don't prepare it the way that your family does, because I start preparing my deer meat. Now, this is him speaking to me. I start preparing my deer meat right after I've cleaned the deer and got the deer meat, and I start then. It's a process. I said, okay. So he cooks it, and it's wonderful. It doesn't have the wild taste or anything. So, of course, we do not kill, or let's say he does not kill anything that we do not eat here at our house. He does not kill for trophies. He does not kill to say that he killed the biggest deer. We actually eat the meat of the deer. And that's what I am thankful for, that he's not one of these men that just goes out and kills animals just for a trophy. But anyway, he has hunted every season for 35 years. Now, here in Mississippi, the hunting season goes from October 1st to January the 31st. Now, the first years that we were married, he didn't even know how the light bill continued to get paid. Now, he worked, but the days that he wasn't working, he was hunting. So he was just coming in when he would go to work, and then when he wasn't working, he was hunting. And until January 31st, it was like, oh, hello, am I still married to you? I mean, it would just be like we'd pass and repass, because he was just going at it. Now, he's not so angry at him now after all these years, and he doesn't hunt as much as he did back then when we first got married. Now, both of our children hunt. Does Mama hunt? No, Mama does not hunt. I went a couple of times with James when we first got married, because, you know, you're in love, you're on a date. He wanted to take me hunting, so I did it. Spent time with him. Well, every time he'd take me out there to go hunting, which I wasn't going to get up early in the morning and go, I would fall asleep. I don't know if it was the fresh air or what it was. And he would just, wake up, why are you on to sleep? Then it became a joke. Oh, I can't take Miss Angie hunting because all she wants to do is sleep. Well, I didn't really enjoy it, but I wasn't going to tell him. But after he said that about me sleeping, that gave me a way out. I didn't have to do it anymore. So, of course, I didn't. But my son and daughter have went to gun safety and got their license. And even as teenagers, they hunted and killed deer. And they did that together. And I was glad they could spend time with their dad when they were growing up, which we all spent time together as a family. My kids played sports. My son played football and baseball. My daughter played softball, fast pitch, basketball. So, I mean, we were always going somewhere all the time. Now, I know that probably a lot of you are thinking, how in the world did you manage that? And your kids keep up their schoolwork. Now, we had a rule in our home that if you didn't keep your grades up, you didn't play a sport. I mean, you had to have A's and B's or you did not play a sport. So that was our boundary. Now, everybody, all families have different boundaries, but that was the boundary in our house. You don't make the grade, you don't get to play the sport. Well, we didn't have to worry about that because our kids wanted to play sports so bad, they made sure that they kept their grades up. I don't say that in a bragging way. I say that in a thankful way, that they actually did that. But anyway, getting back to my husband, James. He has worked at his job that he has now since 1997. What is that? Almost 25 years? I don't know. It's a lot of years. And he works shift work. He works days, nights, and it switches over. And, and you never get used to that. And for some reason, as a grown man, he still fights sleep. Even after he works all night, he comes home and he still does not want to go to bed and go to sleep. Now, if I work nights, I would walk in the door no matter who was here at my house and say, okay, well, see y'all later, good night. Because I enjoy sleep that much. And my daughter's the same way. But my son is like his dad, and he fights sleep to this day exactly like his dad does. I don't know what it's about, but they do. So when I come on live on Saturday, I want you to know that James, number one, is from Louisiana. He, of course, y'all know he loves to cook. He is an avid hunter. He loves to fish. He's a family man. He loves his wife. He loves his children. And in a few years, he's going to be retiring. And he can't wait for that to happen. Now, I don't know if I'm that excited about it, because I have no idea what I'm going to do with him if he's home every single day. He's going to have to get out and find something to do. But that's just between you and I. But I've told him that before. I don't know what I'm going to do with you when you retire, and I'm going to have you here every day, all day. I'm not going to be able to do it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, don't forget my live on January the 29th. And I will be putting up the time. And I want you to come. I want you to talk in the chat. Get to know my family. My family wants to get to know you. I feel like I already know a lot of you. So just come on over to my house and get to know us. And I'll see you later, neighbor. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you'll know the next time I come on talking about one of my family members. Bye, neighbor.